This is Anna. Anna's name is not as ordinary as one would think. The reason being is that in Korea, when naming someone formally, you would call them by their surname, followed by their given name. Unlike in the United States, how it's first and then last name. Anna's father, predicting his future departure and migration to the United States, named his daughter Na. So together with the family surname being An, she would get her Americanized name Anna. Anna was born in 1972 in South Korea. Her family and her migrated from Korea to San Diego, California, when she was the age of 4, making San Diego her new home and the place where she grew up. Anna grew up straddling two different cultures. Growing up as a Korean and American was the most challenging for Anna, because she had to navigate both worlds. Some of the struggles would be her parents wanting her to be Korean in America, meaning they would want her to be obedient of her elders, because in Korea, if one was told to do something by an elder, they shall not refuse. While in America, everything was about independence. She struggled with this because she wanted her own say in things. Anna had to translate a lot for her parents, because her parents didn't know English very well. With her constantly translating for her parents, it caused an imbalance in their relationship, because adults always led children and not the other way around. Anna had to take a lot of adult roles because of their language issues. Anna faced racism in elementary school. Her classmates would make fun of her by pulling their eyes back and making funny noises as they were speaking in Asian language, which made her very shy and quiet, unlike how she was in her Korean church. This went all the way to when she was in high school, where she would feel out of place when being in her high school honors classes, for the reason being that she is Korean American. This is where reading comes into place. Reading for Anna was a type of escape and comfort. There were times when she would lock herself in the only room in the house that had a lock, which is the family bathroom, and she would read to her heart's content. Anna had a huge imagination that she would use to give different personas to her favorite stuffed bunny, Bugsy, to use indirect meanings to communicate difficult truths with her brother and sister. Anna would also use books as her cultural teachers. She would learn of Christmas, Thanksgiving, and other cultural things. Anna's college education consists of Amherst College in 1994 and Vermont College in 2000, where she enrolled for the MFA program. Anna was a history and English teacher before she became a full-time writer. Anna began writing A Step from Heaven when she took a children's literature class, and finished it when she enrolled in the MFA program. Anna's debut book is A Step from Heaven, which was published in 2001 by Front Street Book in Asheville, North Carolina, which was hailed as a phenomenon for her exquisite voice by a New York Times reviewer. A Step from Heaven was included in numerous best books lists, which was later on updated in 2002 as an audiobook. A Step from Heaven gave Anna a National Book Awards finalist, Off the Cuff Award, Capitol Choices Noteworthy Books for Children, Kiriyama Prize Notable Book, New York Times Book Review Notable Book, Booklist Editor's Choice, and Top 10 Youth First Novels, Publishers Weekly Best Children's Book Destination, and School Library Journal Best Book Destination, all 2001, and Michael L. Prince Award, American Library Association, Notable Children's Book and Best Book for Young Adults Destination, both ALA, Horn Book Fanfare Award, Riverbank Review Children's Books of Distinction Award, Bulletin of the Center for Children's Book Selection, Notable Books for the Language Arts, National Council of Teachers of English and Children's Books Award in Young Adult Fiction, and Notable Book for a Global Society, both International Reading Association Awards. Anna's A Step from Heaven was inspired by Sandra Cisneros' book A House on Mango Street. A Step from Heaven is about Youngju, a young Korean girl migrating to America with her parents, thinking that Migook, or America, is heaven, but ends up realizing that it is way far from that. Youngju faces many challenges in America, such as learning a new language, trying to fit in, and trying to adjust to a different culture, and facing a breaking family. Many of the things Anna went through when she migrated to America. Anna posted on the Front Street Book website that a step from heaven grew from a need to express some of the longings and frustration that I felt as an immigrant growing up in America. When Anna was interviewed by Cynthia Leitzig Smith, asking her what advice she would give other authors that were thinking to write for a young adult audience, Anna said, "The best books and writers create stories that leave room for the reader to understand a character and their motivation. You are heartbroken when a character makes a decision that you feel is wrong, but you understand why. They choose to act in that way that they did. That type of empathy is so much better than some story that bluntly hits you over the head with a moral lesson." Other books written by Anna are The Fold and Wait for Me. The Fold is about Joyce, a girl who never cared of her appearance until she laid her eyes on a cute guy. But with her being compared to her elder sister Helen, she thought there would be no chance until one day her aunt offered her a gift, which is to pay for her plastic surgery to enhance her features. The problem is, Joyce isn't too sure if she wants to do it. Wait for Me is about being caught in threats of secret in life, struggling for love, and discovering her own voice. Mina finds herself torn between living her mother's dream and living a true life. Anna hopes to inspire Asian American children by visiting schools. Often to talk about her book, she quoted, "I think when writers go into school, they allow children to imagine that this could be them. If more Asian American writers visited schools, I think more Asian American children would dare to dream of becoming artists." Anna currently resides in Warren, Vermont, but divides her time in California and Vermont with her husband and children.